Hi, this is Wiley Sharp with Catamaran Central, and today I want to take you for a quick video walkthrough onboard Eddie's in Time. She's a 2017 Fountaine Pajot Helia 44 owner's version located in the Virgin Islands. Really nice equipped boat. I'm actually standing on board her at anchor while I make this intro video. Well-equipped generator, air conditioning, square top main, electric winches, solar, water maker, electric heads. Pretty much anything you would be looking for in a Helia 44 owner's version is on board Eddie's in Time. I'm going to have the full spec sheet and the pricing in the description down below. Let's go ahead and jump aboard. I mean, it's kind of hard not to just do a quick pano before we even start this video. Beautiful day here in Charlotte, Amelie Harbor, and St. Thomas in the U.S. Virgin Islands. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and begin the video walkthrough tour now. So through here, we have the first of two mechanical spaces with the upgraded Volvo engines. I'll show you those engine rooms here in a minute. We're going to make our way up the weather deck. And a couple of things I want to point out on the way up the portside weather deck. First thing is the additional grab rail, which was added aftermarket, as well as the additional solar panels added to the boat. This boat, while it's been in crude yacht charter, was really set up for the private use of the owner, and he's done his sailing, which is why he's selling the boat. So you'll see a lot of deck hatches here on the deck making our way forward. Really good ventilation throughout the boat. Nice large single piece trampoline. Do a quick pano of the foredeck here. So we've got a four-peak here over on the port side with a bow seat above it. I'll show you that when we go inside, as well as a bow seat over there on the starboard side and another four-peak lazarette. I'm going to do another quick pano here, not even of the boat. It just feels good to be back in St. Thomas, a place that I was fortunate to call home. You're getting the full effect with the water truck noise in the background and all. So we've got a large lazarette here over on the port side with the anchor windlass, anchor locker, and storage. Another storage locker here, as well as the generator compartment. Another bow seat here on the starboard side, another large overhead deck hatch. You'll see a double spreader rig with a marine radar up on the mast. Making our way down the starboard weather deck, you'll see the furling line running aft. And then we get to the helm arrangement, which we've got all of the sail control lines leading back here to the cockpit, all on an electric winch. We've got the sky lounge just above the helm. Really good space between the helm, the sky lounge, and the cockpit. And then the helm here. Now this helm is equipped with Raymarine electronics, which is one of the options that Fountaine Pajot had on their catamarans, as well as the upgraded Volvo motors, which I'll show you here in a minute. You know, Laura and I have chartered Helia 44s a bunch over the last 5, 6, 7 years, and it's always been one of our go-tos because it's just a really great usable layout. You'll see the furling line comes right back up here to the helm from the deck. And then the other thing I really like about the helm arrangement on the Helia 44 and the Fountaine Pajots for that matter is the fact the engine controls on the outboard side. So when I'm backing into a slip, I can actually stand out on the deck while coming into the slip, which makes docking that much easier. It really truly gives you an extra person on the deck. So you'll see additional solar panels aft of the Traveler, and it's also worth pointing out that the mainsail is a square top mainsail. Make our way down, we've got the next mechanical space, which houses another one of the Volvo motors, as well as an AB tender with a Yamaha outboard. So as we make our way into the cockpit, we've got a large settee aft, a large settee over on the port side for alfresco dining. We've got an ice maker, which has been replaced, as well as a cockpit refrigerator over on the starboard side, and one of my favorite places in the cockpit on the Helia 44, which is a settee over here on the starboard side. And it's also worth pointing out we have storage under here, we have storage under here, and then the propane lockers over there. So there's a lot of storage in the cockpit of this boat. We've got skylights here, which make it a little bit more bright opening area in here, as well as a hatch that opens. Because one of the big issues in a cockpit on a catamaran is actually the wind transferring or flowing through to keep the cockpit cool. And as you can see through this quick pano, I've got the afternoon sun in my face, and it is not too hot here in the cockpit. So let's go ahead and make our way into the Salon onboard at ease and time. Okay, so we're here on the Salon and at ease and time, and I just want to point out one of the things that really drew me to the Helia 44 10 years ago when this model came out, and it's the galley over here to port side. I know I always talk about U-shaped galleys and L-shaped settees and this, that, and the other, but you don't get a gut like mine without eating a lot of food and preparing a lot of great food, which I consider myself a home chef. And the galley on the Helia 44 is one of the nicest galleys of any catamaran in this space. So we have a dual basin sink over to port. We've got a trash receptacle over there midship of the sink. We have tons of storage down below. We have a freezer adjacent to the sink. We have a propane oven, convection oven, 3-burner cooktop, and just a ton of working space here in the galley. Now, for the people that aren't culinary masters like myself, we have a really nice L-shaped settee starboard forward with a lot of really good visibility and light coming into the Salon. Port forward in the Salon, we have a Nav Station here, forward-facing Nav Station, which when you are doing a night passage, overnight passage, really gives you good visibility looking forward. And there's also plenty of storage underneath the settee here. Now, starboard aft, we have a television which is mounted here on the starboard side. It does articulate outwards. And then above that, we have the 12-volt panel. And we also have another 12, I'm sorry, I spoke incorrectly. That is the 110-volt panel up there. And then over by the Nav Station, we have the 12-volt panel. Making our way down the port companionway. We're going to go port aft first. And first time we chartered a Helia 44, the port aft cabin was actually the cabin Laura and I took. And we found there's plenty of storage here on the inboard side, plenty of storage underneath the berth, plenty of storage just throughout the space, and a lot of natural light coming in. Each of the guest cabins also has a separate head, so apologize the light's off, but you have a shower stall forward. You've got a full head, single basin sink, storage below, and a nice large mirror. Making our way port forward, we're gonna come into this cabin, and same thing. It's not quite as large as the port aft cabin, still a good size. Kind of cool, you have the escape hatch there, so you've got a little water light coming in through the inside of the hull. You'll also notice the door over there on the port side that leads to the forepeak. This boat has it equipped as a crew cabin / storage. And if it were me personally, I'd probably just utilize it as storage. This is also a great opportunity for me to point out there. The fans on this boat were all upgraded. They're all the Helia style fans. Complete coincidence that the fan manufacturer and the model of boat are the same, but those are a huge upgrade over the factory fans. And a lot of natural light coming in from the outboard window. And then we've got a single stall head with a dueling Ronin thing there. So like I said in the intro, we're going to do a full walkthrough professional style, but I felt this boat was important to share with you all in the interim. Quick pano through the Salon, and then we're going to make our way over into the owner's stateroom. Now, when they redesigned the Helia 44 into the Evolution model and redid this owner's stateroom, it made a huge difference in the overall feel of the boat. So you have a large berth aft, windows that open behind, a lot of light that comes in from the outboard side. This owner opted to put not just one, but two of the Helia fans in here. Kind of talk you through this space before we move forward, but we've got a workstation on the outboard side. Hanging lockers over on the port side. More hanging lockers on the starboard side. One of the big improvements in the Evolution was the wash closet was a separate space. So you've got a separate electric head on the outboard side. You've got more storage on the port side. And then you make your way in where you've got a single basin sink, large vanity, storage down below, storage on the inboard side, and then you've got the shower forward of that, as well as additional storage in that space forward up in the forepeak, which you can also access through the deck locker. I mean, I don't know what more to say about this boat. You know, there's something about the Helia 44s. I mean, little touches too on this particular one. Like they added this grab rail here because there's not one from the factory. But the Helia 44 is just a really kind of special boat for me. I think it's an incredibly well laid out, well designed boat. I think Eddies in Time is a very, very nice representation of that model. And honestly, if you're looking for a boat in that mid 40 foot range to go cruising on, I don't think you can go wrong with the Helia 44. So anyways, this is Eddies in Time. If you have any questions on the boat, check out the spec sheet and pricing in the description down below. Shoot me an email or leave me a comment below. Thanks and have a good day.